it's gotten to the point where lots of Republicans are now encouraging wearing masks and hopefully putting pressure on Donald Trump to start to do so, including members of his own family. Now, this came up in a conversation about the RNC having an indoor, widely attended event coming up in just a couple of months. But here's what Don Jr. had to say about keeping people safe in that circumstance.
I don't think that it's too complicated to wear a mask or wash your hands and follow basic hygiene protocols. And I think we're just going to do whatever we can to make sure that the people that are there in attendance, as well as the people from the RNC and the campaign, are safe, enjoyable, and have an awesome time.
So that is the president of the son of the president, not one of the kids he likes necessarily, but technically related to him, saying, look, this stuff is not complicated. We can have big events if you're responsible, if you wash your hands, if you wear a mask, all of that. Now, you're going to want to focus on what he's saying, not what he's doing, because in the last day or two, he was also spotted maskless at a Hamptons party that was packed with over 100 people. So it's easy advice to give, not necessarily easy for him or his wife to actually follow. And I have to wonder, if you're saying it's so easy to wear a mask and wash your hands, and we find out that you don't wear a mask, should we really trust you on the washing your hands stuff? I don't know. What do you think, Emma?
God, look at that party of, pastel douchebags. Ugh.
I'm sure some of the people were nice, but they were hanging out with Don Jr.,
Fine.
So, yeah.
God, he has the charisma of, a thumb. He is so, so unremarkable and untalented.
Mm-hmm. What's really amazing about him is, first of all, he's going to get coronavirus acting like this. You idiot. Protect yourself, you massive idiot. But also, he really does think, you don't think he thinks he's going to be president someday? He's like, oh, yeah, no, Trump is doing it. But look, Trump's an idiot. I'm the smart one. I'm the second generation. I'm going to nail this thing. He's so bumbling in his communication. He doesn't have any of the ridiculous what passes for charisma on the right that I've never bought, but that they seem to. He doesn't even have that.
Yeah. Why does he tilt his head up like this? And talk like this? That's I don't have a ton to say except to make fun of this, trust fund silver spoon POS that just, it's naked in his self-importance and privilege. I'm just, whatever. He triggers me. Because
he would enjoy that.
He hashtag triggered for his stupid book with that big font.
Exactly, in his face. Anyway, so when I saw that first headline, I thought, okay, this is good. If it's starting to get into his family, that's more pressure, because as much as I think, Don Jr. is everything that you just said, theoretically he has some influence over his father, but he doesn't actually mean it. He's not actually following it. And one of the reasons I say this is, they're going to say this about the event when it happens. Jacksonville is requiring masks indoors, but I don't think that the RNC is going to abide by it if that order is still in effect in 2 months. And we already know from Trump rallies in Tulsa, they said we're going to hand out masks. It's going to be totally cool. Nobody wore them. And at the big Talking Points USA thing at that mega church, I believe in Arizona, they said they were handing out masks, and I only saw a couple. They're not actually going to do it. They're going to pull a Don Jr. They're going to pretend that they're responsible, and then they're going to congregate. They're going to bring Republicans from all over the country to just mosh pit for 3 days, and then they're going to send them back. And they're going to have it in a place that is being absolutely slammed by coronavirus. And I hope in 2 months, maybe we've moved past it, and we're not at 9,000 cases a day anymore. But we could be at 20. We could be at 30 in Florida at that point, because our governor doesn't give a damn at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.